to part 6 of the mid-year freakout tag. I am doing this wild thing where I am making each question its own video. And question number 6 is, what is a new release you haven't read yet but want to? And I'm interpreting this to be like a new release, a book that was released in the first half of the year that I want to read and I haven't read yet, and there are so many of them. I am like way too plugged into like books that are coming out that I want to read all of them. So I am forcing myself to only name a few here because, number one, I don't want to add a bunch of book covers in post, and number two, I don't want to be here all day. So, number one, or at least one of the new releases that I'm really interested in, is the Incandescent. This is a book by Emily Tesh, and I really need to read some Emily Tesh already, okay? All of their books sound interesting, and I just end up not reading them for reasons. I started Some Desperate Glory. I was liking what I was reading so far, and then I just got busy, and I never finished the book, and it's sitting on my pile of shame because it's a book that I started and liked and didn't finish. So, instead of doing that, I want to read The Incandescent. So The Incandescent is about like a magic school, but it is from the perspective of the teachers in the magic school. And this is like the second book I've heard of that does this, because Cursebreakers is also a book that is from the teacher's perspective in a magic school. And I might do a vlog where I read both of them and compare and contrast and see if this trope works, if I like both books or if I only like one of them, you know, that kind of thing. So, magic school from teacher's perspective. Next book I want to read that came out this year that I haven't read yet is Six Wild Crowns. I was going to say Six Wild Cranes. Six Wild Crowns, I think, I know it's a historical fantasy, so I know there's magic in it. I think it's like the 6 wives of Henry VIII plus magic. I'm pretty sure that's what the premise is. It sounds interesting. I've heard positive things. I want to read it. Next one is So Many Stars. This is a oral history of transgender, non-binary, and two-spirit people, and I feel like I'm very intrigued by like what it's talking about whenever it's saying an oral history, and I also feel like these are people whose stories often get lost to history, so I am very interested in reading this one. It is a non-fiction book. Another fiction book I have on the list is Audition, which I'm trying to remember what the pitch of this one is. Do you ever have like books that you find out about them, you're like, oh yeah, that's interesting, I really want to read that, and then you put it on your list and you kind of forget what the story is about by the time you like get around to actually reading it? That's kind of where I am with Audition. I remember being like really interested in the story. I think it's about like screenwriters or something, and they meet for dinner, and I think the whole book takes place over this dinner, and they talk about life, and then they leave different or something. I think that's the premise, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'm mixing up my stories. Next one is like, I guess, a futuristic sci-fi. I've actually, like, okay, whenever this came out, I really, really wanted to read it. It is called All the Water in the World, and I've seen very mixed things about it since it came out, but I still want to give it a shot. So the world is flooded because of climate change, I think, and then we're like following this young person. I don't remember if she's a teenager or if she's like maybe in her 20s. I don't remember exactly. And she's trying to travel on this raft to go find other people that she knows. And yeah, I want to give it a try. And then the final book I'm going to mention is One Day Everyone Will Have Always Been Against This. And that is such a powerful title. And whenever I saw that title, I was like, oh, I have to know what this is about, because I've literally had those same thoughts before of like, you know, we get to a point where it's like, oh, everyone was always against this, but at the time it's happening, obviously that's not the case. So those are the books that came out this year that I have not read and still need to get around to. Let me know if you have any like that in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.